Welcome, welcome everyone. I think this is the second time we've all made it without getting lost, isn't it? No, Marcia. I don't know where you're going. There, okay, there. So,
No, I was
and
running
welcome,
into you.
there's a, welcome everyone to News and Updates. This is our 219th episode, starting out 2023.
Yay.
Here we are. Wow,
We've been
wow.
bringing you the news you need to know since 2018 from around the AltSpace VR community and beyond as members of this community and the metaverse.
We do this as volunteers and community members, not AltSpace VR employees. We bring you the news from the AltSpace VR community and the metaverse beyond to help you stay in touch with everything that's up to date.
We have a ton of news and fun and helpful information you need to know coming up. So, are you ready, team?
Yes,
Ready?
yes.
Yay!
Let's do this.
All right, let's do this. We're going to start off, as usual, with some AltSpace VR news. So, AltSpace VR continues to be in the news as one of the most popular and long lasting platforms and the place where entertainment, education, and business meet.
Black Rock Creative, formerly known as Black Rock City, the creative powerhouse production company formed out of Burning Man after the pandemic lockdown, is hosting a special event January 27th called BRCVR Reburn 23. The week-long event is a groundbreaking recreation of world's first metaverse environment, navigable by sound.
Yes.
By
Navigable
sound?
by sound. Yeah, by sound.
By
yeah.
sound?
By sound,
Hmm.
yes. But yes, by sound. And it's called The Blind Burner's World, a revolutionary, immersive experience using mixed reality storytelling with sound in a virtual world.
Okay, this weekend sounds amazing.
Yes, it is. They also have a new documentary called BRCVR Immersive Documentary Experience that they will be previewing with live action content captured during the 2022 on Playa Burn in Black Rock City, Nevada, my state, with 360-degree video capture. Do not miss this incredible event as they push the boundaries as usual in digital experiences.
Yes, they
Wow,
do.
sounds amazing. Well, Tom Nichols of Evolve VR and Trip continues to produce amazing events that push the limits of conversational topics. His Death Q&A events here in AltSpace VR are groundbreaking as people gather to discuss one of the most sensitive topics in our lives, death and dying. MIT Technology Review, the famous journal from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, reported on Tom's Death Q&A events recently.
The article described the weekly hour-long sessions with people grappling with morality as they opened up about their experiences and their feelings with an earnestness described as very rare in today's culture. And that is so true. The author Hannah Quiros sat in on the meetings for over 4 months and shared her thoughts on the experience in the MIT article. We shared it on our News and Updates Discord. It is a must read. Seriously, check it out. It is such a powerful endorsement for what our community can and does bring to the metaverse. It really is. And to humanity.
The Globe and Mail News reports that there are 5 technology trends now driving the workplace into the future. A greater willingness to adopt and integrate AI. Greater reliance on connectivity with 5G for online communication and information transfer. Smart office tech. Improved sensitivity to security and privacy. And last but not least, conducting meetings in the metaverse.
Wow. The Globe highlighted Microsoft, Facebook, Meta, and Apple as being the key players in the virtual reality space, where users can interact with others within a computer generated environment for work. More and more offices are moving to hybrid and remote workplace arrangements. And Microsoft's Mesh and AltSpace VR allow people to feel meetings are in person from the comfort of home. They see this as the most key aspect of workplace communication globally over the next decade.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. On January 18th, the Metaverse for Professionals special event will be a live stream broadcast from AltSpace VR with lawyer and influencer Angelo Greco. This private Spanish speaking event is designed to introduce today's professionals to new metaverse technologies and how to use them to be successful in their own industry.
The event will also include other influencers like Fabrizio Romano, founder of Futura Metaverse. How do you say that?
Futura?
Futuria. Futuria.
Futuria. Mhm.
Oh, it's Spanish. Metaverse, who will be announcing his new agency to support Latino professionals. Expect to see more and more of this type of event in the future as everyone jumps on the metaverse train.
Yes, indeed.
Yay.
An article in the Conversation, a popular academic influencer journal, explored the metaverse past, present, and future. Starting with Second Life, the article dove deeply into digital platforms providing open world interactions where individuals have free will to use various tools and resources to create gamified experiences. The list included AltSpace VR, VR Chat, Spatials, Decentraland, Sandbox, and Horizon World as part of the new internet or Web 3.0, 4.0, or as we like to call it, WebXR. Let's get to the point. Right? We don't need a number. We don't need no stinking numbers.
We don't. The article also explores how the metaverse benefits society, something we've found every day here in AltSpace VR, right? The
Mhm.
article author, a professor at the International University of Rioja in Spain, agreed that the metaverse helps people with identity, inclusion, acceptance, and breaking down of so many barriers. From an e commerce perspective, the metaverse will be changing everything.
Mhm.
And we are here for that.
Yay.
Speaking of 2023 and the future, CNET reported recently that 2023 could be the make or break year for the metaverse.
Now, we got to be honest with this, okay? This claim has been made every year for at least the last 5 years, okay? But maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, true, but this article quotes Scott Stein, one of many participants in the weekly improv acting workshops in AltSpace VR. Not just a reporter here for a few hours to claim they have the inside scoop.
Oh, we need to hear this.
Mhm.
Well, okay. You listening?
Yo.
Scott,
Yes, ma'am.
Scott admits that while we are not quite there, wherever there is, he really thought 2022 would be the big year for VR and admits that the economic downturn, crypto's collapse, and tech layoffs threw things way out of whack.
Mhm.
Apple's long anticipated headset and Metaverse promises HTC Vive's new headset and the Pico 4, Quest 3, Magic Leap, and all the new headsets scheduled for this year are going to change things, significantly increasing adoption of the Metaverse by business.
Mhm.
With all the new tech coming, platforms and apps are expanding to embrace them, right?
Absolutely. So get ready, everyone. While there will be ups and downs, we join Scott and CNET in believing that there will be increasing adoption, just as the growth of VR and the metaverse has increased every year, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, you're going to love this. Hospitality Net recently put together a collection of metaverse lingo to represent all the new acronyms and the language of the metaverse. Now, we want to take some time to introduce you to some of the terms we weren't familiar with, and we should be.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Okay, here we go.
all right. First up, DAO. DAO.
DAO.
DAO. DAO.
Mhm.
Okay. Is not a religious or spiritual belief.
Nope.
It's an
DAO.
acronym. Yeah, it's an acronym for decentralized
Autonomous.
autonomous. You say it,
Autonomous.
Laurel.
Autonomous.
Autonomous. Okay. Autonomous organization and community-led entity with no central authority. While this sounds like chaos, it easily can be. It is a fully autonomous and transparent authority where everybody agrees upon foundational rules and acts freely within them, votes when there is a debate, and everything is out in the open, implying trust DAO.
DAO. DAO.
Okay, on to the next one.
DAO.
DeFi. DeFi is not your Wi-Fi breaking down. It is used on. Oh, well, Laurel, you know a lot about that. Don't
I
you?
know my whole home is defied. That didn't come out right. That sounded better in my head.
So, DeFi is used on trading platforms and cryptocurrencies, Matthew, to represent the alternative to traditional centralized banking systems. While this sounds like crypto crazy talk, there is a growing frustration with buying and making payments across borders as countries. DeFi is the movement that is slowly moving towards the concept of a global currency or banking system.
Okie dokie.
Oh, it's got it happening.
Okay. Vegetal.
I'm glad you got that one, Marcia, not me.
I looked at that and went, huh?
Yeah, took me a while.
too.
Vegetal, spelled like physical and digital combined. Vegetal describes bringing the best parts to the physical consumer experience into the digital realm or metaverse. Digital twins, as we all know, are the digital representation of physical object, process, or system in the metaverse. Vegetal, boy, it sounds like outer space.
It's Vegetal or Vegetal. We're not sure.
or
It's one of those, yeah.
Geritol or something
Oh,
like
yeah, I
that.
know. It's a horrible word.
Geritol.
I didn't come up with it. I want to invent these words. These are terrible words.
Vegetal is curated editing process to bring the best of the real world into the metaverse. Not everything, Vegetal.
Our last metaverse lingo word is FUD. 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 I just love saying that.
I know.
It's a great word. And my acronym for this is not the same as their acronym for this, okay? So in the world of marketing and business, it means fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUD. When it comes to XR technology in the business realm, there is much fear, much uncertainty, and a whole lot of doubt. You know, I feel like this sometimes every time I wake up, you know. It is used to describe the skepticism, negative attitudes, and criticism of anything that is new or different, especially for business. FUD. FUD.
Okay, Laurel, I have to ask this. So it means
FUD.
something different to you. So I understand the FU at the beginning. Does D
Yes.
stand for digital?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I think I figured it out. Okay.
Yep.
How about the word dummy? No, we won't go there.
That works
Okay.
too, but it's not quite. You know, you all can fill in your own blanks. I am not going to supply it. No. It just
Okay,
just think
inquiring.
it's similar to the word snafu. If you know what that acronym actually means, FUD has a lot in common with it. So that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Because Mark's going to come
Inquiring
out and
minds
smack
wanna
us
know.
soon, and I live in fear
Oh,
of the
yeah.
mark. I live in fear of the mark. Okay.
Oh, well, that was fun. That was a blast. Okay. If you find new metaverse terms that we can share on the show, please let us know in Discord or after the show.
Make them family friendly, or Mark will come after you. Okay, now on to more fun. I mean fun. Okay, more fun, fun, fun. Wrong word. Interesting stuff. Honestly, I know you've been waiting for this. You live for our fun section now all the time, so we've got some cute stuff. All right.
Okay, here we go. This one wins for one of our most fun and must-have items. The founder of Ray Studio took apart a foldable smartphone piece by piece and reconstructed it into the Optimus Primal Gorilla that will be featured in the upcoming Transformers Rise of the Beast movie out this summer. Wow. It took him.
This is amazing.
I know it is, isn't it? It took him many hours to disassemble it, and it was captured in a condensed 10-minute video, but it's spectacular.
Oh man.
An example of what you could do with that old cell phone lying around in the drawer. Everybody
me.
find one and create something.
Oh my God. I mean, this was the hand sculpturing like Karen Six does on steroids, because you're talking about microscopic little pieces of a foldable phone is converted into this. It is, just watch the video. It's amazing. Just stunning.
Oh.
It's just stunning.
That's awesome. Well, as many of you know, Laurel loves to knit. And recently, she taught our Lance to knit. He's
Yay!
working on a scarf right now. Laurel has been longing for a knitting meetup. I heard this like more than 3 years ago. And
Longer
we
than
still
that.
don't have one.
I know it.
But
Working on
there's
it.
hope that one might arise soon. But we thought we'd include this fun bit in honor of Laurel's hobby.
Well, we can't do knitting in 2D.
Yeah, you can.
No. How do your hands work in 2D knit?
In 2D, I just
Yeah.
take my hands off the mouse and the keyboard. I can sit. My avatar can sit here.
So
And
what's
not
Laurel doing in 2D? Oh, she's knitting.
I am. I often am. I have to sit through a lot of events. All right. Anyway.
Okay, ongoing. A resident in a British care home is attempting to knit a world record for the longest knitted chain. The
Wow.
previous attempt was in Guernsey in 2019 with a chain of 1,073 links for
Wow.
hundreds of feet of knitted chains. It takes about 20 minutes to complete each chain, they say.
Wow.
Anna Reckley is 87 years old and nearly blind, but it doesn't stop her from knitting. With the help of local and global knitting communities, she is working with a new Guinness World Record to surpass the previous one and is getting very close. Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
You
insane.
go, girl.
That is good for
That
her.
is awesome.
That
love
is
it.
awesome. So if you're in a knitting group, check out the story in the News You Can Use channel of our News and Updates Discord, and maybe your group can help. Or maybe Lance can start a knitting group in VR. For
Yay!
Laurel.
That'll work.
Go, Lance. I want to watch that.
No, he's doing great. He's really doing great.
Okay, this inspired us. This great news, Guinness World Record chaining, inspired us to track down a few VR Guinness World Book of Records. The longest video game marathon in VR was achieved by Colin Cabral in 48 hours, 8 minutes, and 31 seconds in the US in April 2020.
Oh, come on. I know there's some of you in the audience that can beat that. Come on,
I
48
know.
hours?
Come on.
Wow.
I know y'all can
Nothing.
beat that. Go for it.
Yep. The first very virtual reality headset was created by Ivan Sutherland and his student Bob Sproul at the University of Utah in, get this, 1968. They claimed it the Sword of Damocles.
Damocles.
Damocles. Damocles. So I even spelled it phonetically, but I got the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what's so interesting about this? People who don't get VR and they see you put a headset on, they're like, "What you got on your face?" Right? I turn around, look at that, and I go, "Oh my God, what do you have on your face?" That is. I much prefer the modern headsets because that is like, what is
Oh,
coming out the
that would
side of your
hurt.
face? What
Can
is
you
that on
imagine
the
wearing
top of
that?
his head?
Can you imagine
Anyway,
wearing
yeah.
that for 3 hours?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Yeah, it is just bonkers looking things. So
wow.
anyway, Sword of Damocles, yeah.
Damocles,
1968.
Damocles.
Yeah. Now, in
Wow.
March 2017, Mobileye produced the record-breaking feat of the most people using a virtual reality display in a single setting in Vancouver, Canada, as the 2017 YPO Edge event. They counted 1,867 people using Mobileye's virtual cars with the headsets on them, using their virtual cars in the Israeli company's cutting edge technology with advanced collision avoidance systems. So this was a marketing demo, but 1,867 people all in VR in the same room.
Did
They
you
were all
say
Wow.
wearing
cars?
no, inside was they had a car doing advanced collision avoidance. But these are Gear VR headsets on steroids.
Oh,
So
wow.
Wow.
very cool, very cool.
Hmm.
So I can't imagine those many people getting together right now because we'd call that, a super spreader event. But that's huge.
Do you remember how the Oculus Rift was originally a Kickstarter campaign that raised 10
Mhm.
times its goal for 2.5 million when it started in 2012? The largest VR business deal in history was when Facebook paid for Oculus in March of 2014 to the tune of 2 billion US dollars. Kawow again.
Wow, that's incredible. Look at all these records. I love it. So, you know of any world breaking records or you want to do some, let us know. We'll report on it. Now to world building. CG Trader is one of our favorite sources for such cool templates and kits for world building. And a few weeks ago, they announced that they are rethinking what they're doing and building a new marketplace to improve their listing pages that will expand to include metaverse software packages and increase the number of compatible 3D models.
They're going to be packaging their listing structure by metaverse and digital platform categories, including Spark AR for augmented reality, Snap AR for Snapchat AR assets, Omniverse to support NVIDIA's Metaverse Suite, Effect House for TikTok, and Unity and Unreal Engine. This will make it easier for people to filter their search for compatible objects, especially for world builders and developers.
While there's no mention of the specific roadmap dates, it appears that part of this process is done and they are working towards completion in the next few months.
Hmm. We're talking about master organization.
Yeah.
Now, on to the internationally recognized NICE conference standards for NFT and virtual good trademarks. Now, before we get into this, what this means, NICE stands for National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education. This is a program under the auspice of the National Institute for Standards and Technologies in the United States Department of Congress that has been embraced globally. They're offering standards that have been embraced globally since the 1950s.
Oh, the Department of Commerce is okay. Nice.
No, ha 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 ha.
So these new standards that were announced last week mean that the metaverse creators of virtual products now fall under different classifications as digital content or images to help protect their intellectual property rights. Without clarity and precision over what NFTs, kits, templates, worlds, and metaverse art is, copyrights and trademarks become messy. Or became messy.
Yes, very messy. We've shared the announcement in our news and update Discord as we don't have time to go into the full details. But in summary, there are 4 classes in the 12th edition of the NICE classification that apply to us. NFTs are now classified as downloadable computer software for handling crypto assets as downloadable goods.
Trademarks are covered for retail shop services of virtual goods and entertainment products created for use in virtual worlds for the purpose of entertainment. such as branded clothing, sports equipment, art, toys, etc.
So now that that virtual burger that you get from McDonald's here in Altspace is now protected trademark. All right, now
Oh,
more needs to be done to protect the trademarks and copyrights in the metaverse, but this is a first step forward in legitimizing creators' rights. So check it out.
If we use them, we ought to have them pay us for sponsoring their product. That would
good
help.
point, Marshall.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good point, but it's volunteering. You don't get to use them. Yeah, it's more complicated than that, but
Well,
I'd
it's a
love to.
thought.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been highlighting some amazing AI projects in the news and update recently, but many of us were able to witness the amazing potential for integration of AI into social VR platforms this week in Engage XR.
Now, in early 2019, Ancient I won't say, who's right here with us now, we love it. He brought in one of the first talking NPCs, NPC avatars into Altspace VR that literally spoke from a script with lips and arms and heads moving with words. Honestly, it was the most amazing thing. I was gobsmacked. This week in Engage, and that's the picture of it up there. It's beautiful. This week in Engage XR, educators in VR presented an amazing workshop called AI in XR that took that idea to the next level. I know some of you were there, and we're going to be repeating it. Totally gobsmacked.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. I
Yeah, you're
definitely want to
gonna.
go to the next one. Wow.
Mhm.
Well, we've long been able to bring in animated models to Altspace VR and Engage. The inclusion of NPCs that read scripts in a natural voice, and the announcement by Engage XR's founder, David Whelan, that Engage XR is working on integrating ChatGPT into the platform for human to bot natural language live interaction. Well, we call that groundbreaking.
You
Absolutely groundbreaking.
bet. It's not
Mhm.
here yet, but Robert Vogel of Educators in VR and UMZ Professional Training Company managed to get a connection with the animated NPC avatar and ChatGPT for a simple interaction that was not just in English, but it's text translated into multiple languages. Boy, I know where we can use that.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
already I can hear your minds are already thinking about the potential for this, for adding
Mm.
narration
Oh,
and verbal
absolutely.
interaction and instructions to your worlds. We are so excited about this. We know some MRE developers are looking at this and seeing how they can integrate and tap into the AI to bring it into Altspace VR. So please let us know if you find somebody who's successful in the process. We would love to know and report on it because it's here now and it's so exciting.
It
If
is
I might
exciting.
interject here, I'm looking out over the audience and I see a lot of MRE people. Listen
There
up,
you go.
folks.
Yep.
There's your task.
Absolutely. So here's another interesting bit of news. I find this very, very interesting. So, Business Wire published an announcement from Matrix, which is part of the Japan MetaReal Group, about a new tool that will help export automatically generated metaverse worlds as 3D objects that allow for editing with various 3D CG software such as Unity and Blender. We don't have very many details for you on this yet, but it will be likely aimed at enterprise customers to start with. We'll be watching to see where this goes for sure.
For
Mhm.
sure. For sure. This week, the World Tours team toured the 3D stereoscopic worlds here in Altspace VR by the Stereoscopic Society, and minds were blown. I have to admit, I was a little a part of that.
Mhm.
And Educators in VR is working with the Society to publish tips and a list of the worlds to explore on their website. To find them on your own, go to the altvr.com website and search worlds under more for the keywords 3D and stereoscopic. In other words, just search 3D stereoscopic worlds and you'll find lots of them,
Mhm.
but mainly I know the best ones. They are worth a visit, especially in VR. And no, please do not come in 2D. It just ain't worth it.
Mhm.
Mhm. Now, as previously, the World Tours events on Wednesdays will be going back in time to highlight some of the oldest worlds that are still active here. We lost so many of them in the URP update, but we wanted to start out this year kind of going back in time as part of the ongoing tribute for news and updates and educators, VRs, and others to celebrate the 8th year anniversary of AltSpace VR. So we're
Wow.
doing all kinds of fun things to turn that anniversary into something special. So if you have a world created before 2019 that is still live and still active, please let us know when we might highlight it in an upcoming tour. So get ready. Probably about closer to the end of the month, we're going to be going back in time and visiting these worlds that are still so powerful and so amazing. Love it.
Mm,
Super. Yeah.
Yay. Now,
awesome.
because the old worlds are good worlds too, just like old people are good people too. I did
Yes, that's very,
old doesn't mean bad.
on one of our Sunday night tours, Laurel,
Hmm.
we hopped into some of the old worlds, and there's something just really special
Oh,
about
there
them.
is. There
They're,
is.
I mean, you could go to all these fancy new worlds with all this fancy technology, but just going into some of the older worlds that are created just with alt space kits, I mean, there's something just very, very special about them.
They are, and massive creativity, just massive
Mm,
creativity. For example,
absolutely.
if Mark, I don't know if you can go backwards one more slide. Um, these are some pictures of Homer using. We had 4 kits in 2018 when he created this, and that's Mark's avatars in the blue, the bright blue. That's the old glowing avatar he had. Gosh, I miss that avatar. And those are
Ah,
rocks made into wings for a selfie point. And creating something out of pieces that don't normally would become something. You don't make rocks and turn them into wings. Is really part of that ingenuity and magic. So that's part of what we're going to be celebrating, and I just love that. So thanks, Karen.
mhm.
It's a good point. Now, thank you, Mark. This is now up for VR hardware news.
Okay, so Facebook Meta announced this week that the Quest 1 is now over, get this, 4 years old. How
Wow.
many of us bought that Quest 1? It just doesn't seem possible. And
Hmm.
it's reaching the end of life in 2024. We knew this was coming, but it breaks our hearts.
You will still be able to use the Quest 1 apps, but no new features are coming. They will patch the software with security and bug fixes until 2024, but you will no longer be able to create or join parties or have access to Meta Horizon homes after March of this year.
The Quest 1 revolutionized standalone headsets, and we are so sad to see it go. For those that are looking to transfer to a new Quest, the first sale on Quest 2 headsets was last month. That was a surpriser. And we expect there'll probably be more as the Quest 3 nears release, whenever that is. You can also pick up Quest 2 headsets on eBay and other used online services, or check with a friend here in AltSpace who might still have one, who bought a Quest 2, doesn't know what to do with their Quest 1. Maybe they'll get one. But anyway, or the vice versa, they got a Pro and they don't need the 2. That's what I meant. And anyway, you can pick these headsets up cheap in some places.
Well, I might interject here. I have 2 Quest 1s, and
Hmm.
maybe you can find those in a drawer and tear them apart and see what you could create.
Yeah, build yourself a gorilla out of the headset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the lighter side of new VR hardware, we forgot to mention last week this amazing new headset from CES that literally wears you, called the Bryalon. This humongous headset features an 8K fully immersed OLED display that goes beyond anything so far that can be strapped to your face. Holy cow!
Wow.
Isn't that
I,
insane?
oh,
Look at
imagine
that.
fighting zombies with that thing on.
Not a
Oh,
chance. This doesn't move. This
geez.
one doesn't move. This is
Okay,
where
so
instead of you moving the headset, this is no, that didn't come out right. But anyway, your body, it just is more complicated. Yeah, this
You
one doesn't
move
move.
into the headset.
You move into the headset. That's a better way of putting it. Yeah, I love it.
there you
Thanks,
go.
Marsha. That's brilliant.
And you
Okay,
need a
so
crane to install it in your house. Yeah.
okay, well, once it's installed. Well, anyway, so moving on here. So right now it's a prototype and it won't be ready for 3 to 4 years. It uses what they call ultra reality, precise wavefront engineering to create a massive field of view with spatial audio and head tracking to adjust the view position. Not something really that you could sling over your shoulder, but wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, this is just another example of just because you can, okay, maybe you should. I'm just like, I can see me bring this, honey, I bought something at CES. We need to move out the piano out of the living room in order to use it. Anyway. All right. We're running behind schedule. All right.
Okay, we're having too much fun.
Take us on. Oh, I don't know what that. We're going into the metaverse.
news.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, metaverse news. Just go ahead.
Okay.
One. I'm not sure what happened with it. There you go.
I think he still wanted us to talk about that thing.
No. There's something. A slide disappeared.
Okay. And now it's time for us to dig through some news you need to know about the metaverse in general.
You all have heard about the terrible experiences passengers and flight crews are having on airplanes, right? Not just the Southwest Airlines snafu, but violence, aggression, and discrimination. Well, a new role playing VR game called On the Plane simulates xenophobia to help foster a greater understanding and reflection upon our prejudices.
Developed by MIT, this virtual reality role playing game simulates discrimination with a cast of characters, including a Muslim Malaysian American woman, a Midwest white woman, and the flight attendant, all on the plane together. Players take on the roles of different characters to better understand different cultures and perspectives. It's due out on Quest later this year. We've shared the information in our news and updates Discord.
Love stuff like that. Now, this
Yeah.
week, okay, y'all are going to blow your minds on this. Watch the screen. This week, CSD Group in Australia shared an extraordinary short little video of their new AR tool that is going to change the construction industry. Holding your phone over a QR code, the phone becomes an X-ray view of the underlying or future construction of a building. This is truly amazing. And down at the bottom, you'll see the sliders going back and forth to change the transparency. So there's no roof. And then you bring it up and you can see the roof. And then,
Wow.
and you can control not only the transparency, but, the visibility. This is just, I'm
Incredible.
gobsmacked with this one. Isn't that cool?
Oh,
I mean,
yes,
that
it
is
is.
game
Wow.
changing.
Totally. I wonder
Wow.
if AI can create the codes and you can just do
Probably.
a code and build a world.
Yeah, but it's following
Yeah.
blueprints and things are already set up in there. But I would love to also see this brought into VR, but the fact that this is an AR that you can walk up and they can see right inside. I love looking at that column and seeing that reinforcement to the roof that isn't even there
Wow.
yet.
That is
Talk
just,
about
that's truly
planning.
amazing. That is
I
awesome.
think
It
that's
is.
yeah. So
Wow.
woo, we want it
Oh,
now.
Wow.
I
The
love
future's
Yes.
here.
The
The
future's
future is here. Yes.
All right.
Okay. God, I hate to get off that subject. That
I
one's
know.
I
exciting.
know.
Yeah.
Well, let's get on to some Discord tips because I learned something today. Here are some tips to help you with our communication server for AltSpace VR events and groups in Discord.
Well, we mentioned this over a year ago, but now that so many people have embraced Discord and there are a ton of Discord servers, it's time to talk about organizing all of them.
Marsha, you
I
okay?
know. I'm in shock here because people that know me real well know how totally disorganized I am. Totally. And Discord offers a great feature to group all of your related Discord servers together in Discord server folders. Simply click and drag a Discord server badge in the left column over the top of another, and it automatically creates a server folder. Click on the folder and you'll find both of the Discord server groups right there inside. Boy, this tip I am glad to learn.
Now, I've used this for years when it first came out, and all of my AltSpace VR groups, my writing groups, my educators in VR groups, etc. I put them all into folders to just help me find things and to find the server faster and keep things organized. Give it a try. Often a message will come up on my computer on Discord, and I'll go, "Oh, this is in such and such," and then I can't find the bloody server.
Hmm.
So having them pulled together in this, it just cleans up that sidebar. It's just wonderful. So give it a try. Let us know how it works.
I
Yeah.
certainly will do that. I learned a lot with these tips. I love
Hmm.
it. We know you are Discord fans, so we do our best to bring you tips on how to use it. If you have some tips to share with us, let us know in our news and updates Discord. Okay. Alt space
Now, yes.
events.
Yes.
Oh, I love this one. As reported last week, AllSpace VR continues to host over 300 public events every week, which had us curious about the private events. Our team did some experience guesswork and came up with two numbers that have no basis in reality. They estimated that AllSpace VR hosts about 150 to 1,000 private events every week. Whether true or not, it still makes AltSpace VR one of the most active event platforms in the metaverse.
Mhm.
Indeed, Marcia. Unfortunately, we can only highlight a few, such as Angelic Healing's Fairy Tea Party. Honestly, when was the last time since the children were small you were at any form of tea party, let alone a fairy tea party in a whimsical garden? Wow, take a break and drift into the wonderment of childhood and mystical magic tomorrow.
Mm.
I would love being a child again in that environment. The Muse Sunday Chill is the place to be. To continue with the relaxing weekend magic right here in AllSpace VR, join them for some sound healing guided meditations for deep thought as they take you on a meditation journey with the soundscapes from Shapeshifter DNA Collection. Oh, it's so calming.
Mhm.
Mhm. If you haven't yet enjoyed a live session with Alexander Hamilton, performed by Scott Mac Scott, over a 30-year veteran impersonating the famous president and providing tours in Boston and globally on the founding and history of the United States, you have truly missed out on an extraordinary experience. His performances and special event discussions are an excellent way to learn the truth about the country's history and politics.
The truth. Stevie's story time events are another great way to relax throughout the week, as this improv actor and voiceover expert reads to you from stories classical, fantastical, ancient, and modern. We love these events. Check them out and sit back and enjoy the live audible experience for a change.
Mhm.
Black Sands has been working for the past couple years to help startup businesses find their feet and how to enter the metaverse with their businesses. Sunday is their Startup 101 event to help choose the right business to start if you're looking to create a new business or change your business strategies.
Mhm. Dr. Heartbeats is rocking it with her ongoing World of Poetry events, where she and others share and read and discuss poetry that's moved them. It's on Tuesdays and other times and dates throughout the week.
On Tuesday, Upfront is hosting the after party for the 12th annual New York Game Awards at Studio 54 in New York City. We have been watching the announcements as some top VR games are included again this year. What a great way and place to celebrate the after awards ceremony on Tuesday.
Mhm.
Whoa, yeah. There are hidden treasure events throughout AltSpace VR. Events that people overlook or don't even see that are amazing experiences. One of those is the Educators in VR Aviation and Flight Simulator meetups. This group covers state of the art tech and are longtime fans of flying with the Microsoft Flight Simulator and other simulators in VR and apps. For the love of flight, travel and get an adrenaline rush experience. This technology has grown so far, you can now fly in real time with flights around the world. And if I might interject right here, I used to have dreams. How many of you had dreams of flying? Show me. in the past? Do you ever
Everyone
fly
does.
in your dreams?
Everyone does.
Yes.
Everyone does.
I
Yeah.
used to love those dreams. And when I came to AltSpace and found out I could fly, my dreams came true.
As did all of
Mhm.
ours. Yay.
Yeah. So true. Well, not only that, but XR is changing the aerospace industry. There are some VR apps. There are now some VR apps for simulating air traffic control, baggage handling and claims, and so much more. You all know Mr. Pete, right? Well, he set up his flight simulator with a live feed in AltSpace VR. He will fly you right over your home or anywhere in the world you wish to visit, right from within AltSpace VR. The group meets twice a month, and the next event is Wednesday, so don't miss it.
Hmm.
For sure, for sure. Wednesday, Educators in VR virtual hardware team is going to rock your hardware world. They've been working for weeks to bring you some of the hottest news coming out of CES and other industry announcements on XR technology. As we've mentioned, this is going to be one of the most exciting years for the metaverse tech. And this group will bring you the news you need to know about all the hardware.
Simulation Nation is hosting Joanne Chambers of Muse, the globally famous shamanic sound healer and composer. She will be talking about the music videos and projects that she and her husband are working on with Shapeshifter DNA, along with Dr. Jose Ferrer, the master world builder and physician from Spain, who has created landmark meditation and wellness XR technology and worlds. Check that out on Wednesday.
Speaking of wellness, the VR coaching and personal development team of Educators in VR has been researching the latest in VR fitness for your New Year's goals to get in shape and feel better beyond Beat Saber. Check that out on Wednesday.
Mm.
Trippy Trip is a special event by Vriam and the Nymphs. It will explore the amazing creations of artists in AltSpace VR. Join the winners of the award for VR film short at the November World Cannes Film Festival, Nico and Shushu, yay, and their team. It's an amazing experience that you don't want to miss this Thursday.
Hmm.
Well, you all know I personally like that one. Next Saturday is a playwriting workshop with Diamond Max for those wishing to learn about the basics of writing stage plays, including stage movement, stage production, management, and more. Check that out on Saturday.
Want to work on your Mandarin language skills to speak Chinese or meet with other Chinese language speakers? Check out Mandiverse here in AltSpace on Saturday.
Saturdays are also the day for the brand new basement hangout with Peter Sanotto of the Netherlands, a social event for rocking out to a wide variety of music and to hang out and meet new friends and visit with old ones. It also features an exhibition of the photography by renowned photographer Anton Corbin.
We cannot keep up with the over 300 events that are here in AltSpace VR every week. So check out the AltSpace VR calendar for more events. And if you don't find what you want to attend, create your own.
Remember, when you click on events, also click on all to show lots of events that we are sure you will find one that will spark your interest.
All right. Thank you, everyone. That is it for today's news and updates. Thank you for joining us here every week. And as we start this is January the 1st, new year. It's going to be in year 5 of news
Wow.
and updates every Saturday. We do this for you for free to help. Oh, so go ahead. I walked in your line. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Very funny. Very funny.
Hey.
Funny. She said not
Very
funny,
funny.
funny.
Very funny.
Yes, I
Well,
got it. I got it.
Okay. We have to find one word to use over and over.
Yeah.
We do this for you free to help you better be informed. We are volunteers and community members, not AltSpace or VR employees.
If you missed the show or you want to expand your experience, you can also watch the live stream on YouTube and Twitch every week, or catch up with past episodes and more about AltSpace events, projects, news, and community activities as well in our News and Updates Discord.
As part of our New Year's resolutions, we want to practice gratitude more. So we are grateful, very grateful for all of you. It is because of you that we do this. Thank you.
Remember, please, the holidays were wonderful for many and rough for some. The pandemic, combined with the flu season, brought suffering and loss to many this holiday season. But it is a new year, and we are here to share it with you. So stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these uncertain times, please, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay! Thank you, Karen. Thank you,
Thank you,
Marsha.
Lorelle.
Thanks, Steph.
Marsha.
Thanks, Mark and Karen, other Karen Sixon, Matthew, and everybody for helping make this
We did a
happen.
thing.
Thanks, everybody. Did a
And thank
thing.
you for coming